Hey guys, today I want to record training session number 4. This is, getting your body going again and understanding a new way of getting fit, understanding a new perspective. I tell people that in order for us to get something different, we have to think something different. It has to first come into the mind. But we kind of have to get the old thought process about health out of the mind and learn a new one because we haven't learned the accurate understanding of the body until we understand the fascia. And you might say, why is that? And that's quite simply because what's in the educational system is basically at least 75, 50, 75, 100 years old, most of the stuff. I tell you, I studied kinesiology in the 90s. My daughter just graduated from kinesiology in the 2020s, and she's still learning the same curriculum. The educational system doesn't change. But I tell you, there is more modern day information about the body and the nature of the body that can now actually be seen on camera because they've got microscopic cameras that they can put into the body. So the anatomy of the body, the understanding is changed, but it's not changed in the educational system. It's just changed in awareness at the very top level. But the people that are trying to share that information down, the therapists that are treating bodies, the people who have been in the field for 30 years or more, people that have seen from observation and practice of many years and with many bodies, that there's something else going on, that there's something missing that we didn't have in our educational system. So we can understand that if we've been in the industry for 30 years. And then now it's to come back to try to re-educate the population that's really out of touch with some ancient ideas about the body. The fascia is a structure of tubules throughout the body. It's in every single cell. It's like a sac that's in every single cell that contains the fluids of the body. It drains and clears the body. It's the lymphatic system and the lymphatic vessels and their network. And that network of vessels is where we have inflammation. It's causing pain in the body. It's causing the organs to not function metabolically properly, the hormones to reduce. It's causing all sorts of metabolic syndromes. It's causing all of your sickness, illness, and disease. It's a inner pollution. It's emotional. It's physical. It's mental. The fascia responds to the thoughts, the words, and the actions. It's a fluid system, so it responds to fluids and dehydration. If we've been using a cooked and processed food eating style and eating 3, 4, 5 times a day, then by the time we hit 40 or 50, this tends to build up and it's causing all of the problems. It's not really old age. I would say it's inflammaging. It's an inflammatory response in the body from years of subjecting the body to things that it's not really supposed to do. Every single day, 3, 4, 5 meals a day. That's not how we are supposed to be naturally. That's how we are, but that's not how we're supposed to be. Today, I really want to focus on introducing you. We've talked about the 3 diaphragms. There's a diaphragm up here in the head and the neck. It's like a diaphragm of network of vessels, fluid contained vessels that holds the whole structure together. Can you imagine if you just had a bunch of cells which is just filled with fluids and they're sticking on top of a neck that's a bone structure and you've got a bunch of fluids, a sack of fluids sitting on top, they would just fall over. but there's something in there that's a network of tubules that holds the whole thing together. This is the fascia. It's through your whole body. It's your feeling body. It's your feelings in your body. It's how you feel today. It's affected by your thoughts. The feelings respond. It responds is in the fascia. The fascia is resilient. It can get stronger through training. You can train and develop your inner strength. The fascia responds to the breath. The fascia responds to breathing. The fascia responds to pressure. And that's why I want to start here today, is just sort of kind of introducing you to the breath aspect of this more deeply. And I want you to see that there's two sides to the breath. There's an in-breath and an out-breath, obviously. These are the two sides of you. You see that, when you're born, you take your first breath. And when you die, you take your last. And over your whole life, it's always even. In breath, out breath. It's the same number. Right? So this is getting really close to the separation point within you, is the breathing. And when we breathe in, I'll just pick up my microphone so you can hear me breathing hopefully. When you breathe in, and then you hold. There's an in-breath and hold, and there's an exhale. And there's a hold again. This is like breathing. It's an inhale and a pause. It's an exhale and a pause. It's like a four-corner U. It's the four-corner structure of you, the box structure of you. It's your breathing. Your breathing sustains you. It's not your nutrition. It's your breath that sustains you. And it sustains you, and it moves the emotion or stress through the body. It moves the fluids which contain the emotions and the stress of the body in the lymphatic system. It moves it through. And it's congested with mucus. It's blocked. And this is why circulation is not getting through. And this is why signal is not getting through. We're getting aches and pains in the body, and we're getting failure to certain organs, and we're getting sickness, illness, and disease if it's left unsupported. We can rehydrate the fascia. We can reoxygenate the fascia with our breath and with pressure. By holding the breath, we create a pressure in the system. It's called a Valsalva. Inhale and hold. And then exhale. So, a jet fighter uses the Valsalva. An astronaut uses the Valsalva because they have to manage G-forces, and they have to bear down to handle the pressure inside the body. They have to bear down and hold inside. This is your inner strength. It's your strength of your fascia. And with substances, natural plant substances, oils, and with plant hydration, that this fascia structure can become stronger and rehydrated, and the signals can move through the body much more efficiently, effectively, and all the aches and pains and inflammation can come out of the body. So I want to introduce you to the breathing and the three-stage breathing and the three-stage breath today. The breath that fills the three stages of the body: the upper diaphragm, the thoracic diaphragm, the pelvic floor. Okay, three diaphragms that support the joints at that space. A diaphragm here that moves the legs. A diaphragm here that manages the head and the neck. A diaphragm here that manages the shoulders and the abdomen, the abdominal organs, right? So three diaphragms, and we can fill those diaphragms with the way that we breathe. And we can fill the tissues by the way that we hold breath in the system and push oxygen through the body by bearing down and changing the pressure. that pressure change is what is needed to push oxygen deep back into the lymphatic waste tissues and cleanse and clear the body. So it's deep breathing, it's breath holding, and it's breathing into the nose to fill the upper diaphragm and into the mouth to fill the bottom too. So some nose breathing, some mouth breathing, some panting, some quick breaths. You might recognize this in pranayama and yoga if you've done any yoga study at all. Like it's been in understanding for thousands of years, but the true understanding of the fascia, it's very modern. It's just being able to see it with microscopic camera work now we're able to see that. Now we know that, but the education is still teaching the same old things. Proteins, carbs, fats. This is how we eat 3 meals a day. Teaching the same old things. Protein, protein, protein. There's an alternative way for the body to be healthy. And it's by getting its energy through movement and breath and living nutrition, liquid nutrition, oxygen, gas nutrition. It's nourishing the body in another way. It's doing it through breath. So just bringing yourself to that awareness. And I want to start off, I'll turn on my clock and I'll just get ourselves going here. I'll just start off with my neck exercise, just working into my upper diaphragm, and I want to breathe through my nose. I'm going to do a horizontal turn. I'm unlocking the diaphragms with a 3-dimensional approach to my body physically with movement, bending, extending, and rotating through the 3 dimensions, the 3 planes of action that the body has. I want to set free the energy that's trapped in me at each of the segments. Emotion gets stuck in the neck and shoulders, in the hips, in the back. It creates pain in the body. Just tilting my head, breathing through my nose, filling the upper diaphragm. Just unlocking that upper diaphragm and putting some oxygen up in there. Trying to breathe through your nose. Breathe in on one side, breathe out on the other side. Focusing on breathing, I'm oxygenating the upper fascia tissues. I'm putting oxygen into my brain. I'm turning on the system for the day, waking up the body. Just coming to my eyes, just a little pressure into the eyes, and I'll breathe through the nose deeply and fully. Letting go of emotion, stress trapped in the eyes. I want to open up the fascia of the face, the head, the neck. So we've opened up the upper diaphragm. And I want to breathe into that upper diaphragm. And I want to just breathe through my nose. And I want to breathe with some quick breaths like this through my nose. In breath. In breath. So a quick inhale breath. I want to breathe in as many times as I can, 5 to 7 times, 5 to 10 times before you probably feel the diaphragm will start to fail. Try to pull in as strongly and as quickly as you can, like you were just running in a sprint and you were trying to draw oxygen into your body. Quickly draw in multiple times. It's like you start to hit a failure. the strength of the diaphragm starts to fail. Like we want to make that more resilient and strong. We want to develop the ability to draw oxygen up into the body. That can strengthen. That's an inner strength. We want to work on that strength. That's an ability to hold pressure inside of the body that controls and manages that. So it's like I'm going to go try to take 5 to 7 deep, quick breaths, and then try to hold my breath and hold the oxygen in the upper diaphragm under pressure and push that oxygen out into the cells of the body. Working on both sides of myself, the oxygen rich side of myself and the oxygen dead side of myself. These are the two sides of my chemistry, my alkaline chemistry and my acidic chemistry. My body's not only alkaline, but it's become more acidic with age. I need to alkalize it with oxygen, oxygen rich breaths, changing the pressure in the body with movement and breath, and oxygen rich foods. Hydrogen rich, that's sunlight. Hydrogen rich, that's in the fruits that capture the electrons of the sun to create the fruit. So fruit juices rehydrate the body and rehydrate the fascia and turn on the energy body. We're attacking our health holistically. It's an alternative way. So here I'm going to do that breath. 7 quick breaths into my nose, and then I'm going to hold my breath. So we want to push into that acid part of our body and bring oxygen in there and stay in there. We want to bring conscious awareness into my deoxygenated chemistry. I want to get over there and stay in there. I want to get a whole bunch of oxygen into my body, push it back into that space, bring my conscious awareness back to that acidic part of me. It's an uncomfortable place to be, and I want to stay there as long as I can. I want to reinflate the diaphragms myself with pressure in my body. With inner strength, I can do that. By pulling and strengthening my core, I can pull my body back into alignment from my center. It's an alternative way to get healthy. It's a natural way that we can all do it, but we don't even know about it. And we've lost it because we're so detrained. Too much time sitting, too much inactivity, no sport play, no activity that's really strengthening the core, no work on the breath, 3 meals a day or more, cooked and processed foods, foods that aren't living. The body is dehydrated, inflamed, and it's causing all sorts of our problems, symptoms that we're going around like crazy trying to get solved, that we can solve ourselves with pressure change and breath work and nutrition change and movement that unlocks the trapped and blocked energy in the body. Now, that quick breath in through the nose, and then I'm going to try to hold my breath. Breathe in, hold my breath, hold the body under pressure. I'm going to create greater pressure by pulling myself over into flexion, holding my breath. Then I'm going to breathe out my air and hold my breath again. Let's try that. So when you hold your breath and push into that deoxygenated part of you, that acidic part of you, that's the toxicity that needs to be cleared today. Every day, your body's trying to cleanse. If you're approaching this properly, fasting in the morning, being empty in the morning, this is when the body's detoxifying the body. All night it's cleansing, and the detoxification continues right up until the middle of the day. And then the body has more energy. Don't feed the body early in the day. If anything, it's only fluid, hydrogen rich fluid, lubricating fluid, living fluid, if anything, that's going to be eating caloric wise or energy wise. Hydrogen rich water is wonderful first thing in the morning, just rehydrating the body, leaving it empty so it can do what it does. It cleanses itself. But breathing deeply first thing in the morning, exercising first thing in the morning, pushing into your acidity first thing in the morning, that energy that you don't feel like moving, that stagnant energy, that's what we want to push into and change the acidity that's there. One more time, 5 to 7 quick breaths into the nose. Pull yourself over, hold yourself under pressure, breathe it all the way, hold it again. That's the third set of filling the upper diaphragm. Give it one more try now that you know what you're doing. Take a nice deep breath at the end to fill that acid-filled space with oxygen. I'm clearing the toxic energy of the day. I'm releasing anything into there that's holding me back. I'm letting go of all of my problems and my worries, and I'm really focusing in on myself. It's a time to have a grateful thought. It's a time to have a self-approval thought. It's a time to give love away to your partner. It's time to give intentional love out away to everyone. It's done into that deoxygenated space. That's where you bring light into there. You bring hope into there. You bring love into there. You bring life into there. So the next segment of the spine, obviously the thoracic spine, I said this, it's the middle of my back. It's like my hips have to be able to tilt. It's a tilting at the hip that separates the thoracic spine from the lumbar spine and the sacrum, right? I'm tipping through thoracic spine, right? Tipping it under, draw up and in the belly, tip it back. Draw up and in the belly, it's the diaphragm. It's the pelvic floor that controls it. It's your core that runs the diaphragms. From my inner core down here, where I've got two of my diaphragms together, from where it pulls there, I can pull my entire body back into alignment with strength, inner strength. I can pull my body back into alignment. I can rebalance my body with hydration. I can fill my body with oxygen and change the acids in my body. Exhale as I draw in, inhale as I tip back. Exhale as I draw in, inhale as I tip back. So I want to unlock all three diaphragms by moving through three planes. So, there's the vertical plane. And then, if I can move like this, I can help to open up the diaphragm, the lower diaphragm, through the hips, right? I'm just horizontally opening up the diaphragm. I first did it vertically and I changed the order, but this is what we're doing. We're working through horizontal rotation, vertical rotation, and longitudinal rotation, bend, extend, and rotation into the diaphragms in three separate places that we can unlock the trapped energy that's in there. We can move it through the body. People say, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm good. I've tried. I've done all of the work. Add some fascia work and watch what happens. When you start moving the stuff out of your body every single day, you add that to your cleansing with your fasting and your nutrition change, your live food nutrition change. And it doesn't have to be 100%, but we have to move in that direction. More food that's living and fluid. And we have to breathe more. Movements that open up the rib cage, expand the core, strengthen the fascia, rehydrate it, right? So vertical, horizontal, and then how about I want to work longitudinal around the midline, around the inner line of the body, the vertical line of the body, the spinal cord. Twisting around the spinal cord. The core wraps around the spinal cord. Other way. The core is a lot more intricate than what we know, than what the general population knows. It doesn't understand it, and it doesn't recognize that it should, that it needs to learn something new if it can understand how it can heal itself. Just how it can physically, with nutrition and movement and breath, and with intention and imagination, change the energy body, change the fascia, and get rid of the aches and pains and get the energy moving through the body. We can restore our health, restore our youth. Okay, look. I'm going to work into my lower diaphragm. Like I was just working on my upper diaphragm. What's going on up here in the upper diaphragm is mirrored down below in the pelvic floor in the lower diaphragm. The lower diaphragm, see how it tips? Right? Through my thoracic spine. That's my pelvic floor. And my pelvic floor, it's like you fill it with a breath through the mouth like this. Down into the belly. And it affects what's happening in the pelvis. So it's breathing down into the belly through the mouth. It's a stronger diaphragm. It has two diaphragms down there really that are in that area. They're in the core there to help it out. So it's a very strong, you can do a lot more breaths in through your mouth, into your pelvic floor than you can into your nose before you hit failure. You're able to do 5 to 7 breaths here before you kind of hit failure in this upper diaphragm, which is much smaller. You've got a double power down here. You can probably do 20 breaths in through your mouth like this quickly, in through the mouth very quickly like this. Quick breaths in through the mouth. And I'm pulling down into the belly, and I'm tipping in the pelvic floor. So just play with that for a second. Like fill that pelvic floor with 10 to 20 quick inhales. Then we're going to try to hold the breath and hold the pressure in that pelvic floor and really try to drive oxygen out into the hips, into the lower back, right? Filling down there. Try 20 deep breaths and then hold your breath, and then we'll create pressure. That's pushing oxygen out into the pelvic floor, clearing what's in the colon, clearing what's in the intestines down there. The elimination, it's a lot of cleansing that needs to happen down here through the hips. That's why we have pain in the hips. It's blocked. It's mucus, bacteria out of balance. There's a lot of waste that's stuck in here. It's affecting our elimination, dehydration, diarrhea, constipation. It's all because of the dehydrated tissues that we have down here. The tissues that have cemented with mucus and need to be pulled open, pried open again. They've become so locked from life that they don't move that way. But it's resilient tissue. And if you keep shoving hydrogen rich water into it, it will open up. It can open up. The fascia can expand and grow. It's resilient. It can come back again. I mean, body fat can go away, wrinkles can go away. The body can change through rehydration if you change your nutritional approach and your movement and breath work approach to your life. Okay, so down into my pelvic floor here, I just want to give that a second try. 15 quick inhales, hold your breath under pressure, and breathe out and hold your breath again. It's a big release. It's an emotional release. It's an energetic release. It's unlocking what's trapped in the hips, neck, shoulders, back, releasing what's trapped in the body, cleansing the body. Let's do 1/3 set for the pelvic floor diaphragm. 3-stage breathing, quick breaths. Hold. So it's changing focus, it's changing pressure, it's changing thoughts inside of myself. I'm changing the signal inside of myself that I can heal myself. It's like if I can understand a new way to get healthy, then it's like I feel back in the control position in my life. So I'm not out of control with my health, running from one to another. It's like I learn how to take care of my health for myself. Like we can all do that for ourselves now. That information is available. It's here on the planet. People know how to do that. It's not in the mainstream, but it is out in the world. People are fixing, changing, healing anything, everything, but you wouldn't even know about it because all you hear about is the problems. That's just how it goes here. The third diaphragm, torso, thoracic diaphragm, it's like the shoulders down to the belly. I want to open up my shoulders a little bit. Just throwing my arms back. And inhale. Put up my shoulders horizontally. And I want to work on my shoulders longitudinally. Unlock my shoulders. Unlock that thoracic region. And now I want to fill into the thoracic region with my breathing, breathings through the mouth. And it's like a shoulder race. Like imagine if you just ran a mile or a really fast 400-meter, your full out race. You're gasping for air like you're ready to faint if you've ever done it before. And you're gasping because we're so inactive. We never do this, but we need to do that for the body to kind of have that like athletic energy, like to bring the athlete into me, like the gasping athlete into my day. Put that into my day. And again, like the lower diaphragm, you got a lot of tissue to support, and you can probably do 15 or 20 good, quick breaths into that upper diaphragm. And then we'll hold the breath and create pressure. We're inflating the diaphragms with pressure and oxygen. Masha respond. You may feel the body respond energetically. You may feel some shifting or changing within you, or not. But it will come with time as you start to rehydrate those fascia and start to lubricate those joints with oils, plant oils. You'll see what will happen is the body will get much more fluid, and your abilities will change. Dormant abilities will turn back on. Your energy will change. You'll become somebody, something different and new. Just gonna try that again, second set. It's just logical application of modern day information. Just looking from some years of experience, looking in certain areas that we can find the right information, and then applying the information to your daily movement, your daily thought process, so that you're empowering yourself. You're learning a new way to think that can now put you in the command position with your health rather than being like a victim of your health. One more set into the mouth. And I've already spent a lot of time with you today, but I want to finish off with a three-stage breath. I would do three sets of this one as well too. I was going to work through the whole thing here, but I don't want to keep you any longer. But I want to breathe into all three of my diaphragms. I want to breathe in through the nose, breathe into the pelvic floor, breathe into the upper diaphragm. So I've got all three diaphragms filled. This is a three-stage breath. I'm filling up all the diaphragms, and then with all of them full, I'm going to hold it all under pressure. Let's do it one more time. Finish off our session today, the 3-stage breath. Upper diaphragm through the nose, lower diaphragm through the mouth, middle diaphragm through the mouth, up into the shoulders. Hold it all under pressure. Breathe it all away. Hold our breath as long as we can. Fill it with light thoughts. 3-stage breath. Logical preventative health. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific day.